So the devs of Outcome Memory have just released new content on their personal killer and their own creation, Allcard. Now before this, we haven't really had a lot of info on Allcard yet. He's been a lot more mysterious. He doesn't really have much of a story, but we do have some things on him. Like, we know that he apparently shares some kind of connection to Blaze, the cat, and he's from her homeworld. Also, we know that apparently in his movesets, he's supposed to use some kind of blood magic. So he's gonna have magic, which is pretty cool. And actually, in the upcoming clips, we do get to see some of these blood magic abilities and maybe a way he harvests this blood. It's looking pretty overpowered, to say the least. As you can see, Allcard, he's using some kind of medieval weaponry, which is pretty uncommon in the Sonic universe. You don't see a lot of stuff like that. Usually it's technology, robots, so he's very unique in that way, especially from the other EXEs who use a different kind of magic that usually involves trickery. But as you can see, he has that scythe right there, so he might be using that to harvest the survivor's blood, possibly giving him a meter, which is how he uses those blood abilities. Regardless, let's get on to the next clip. So as you can see, that blood bow is looking kind of overpowered at first glance, but whenever you think of that blood meter that I brought up earlier, it might not be too OP. Of course, a bow and arrow that's rapid fire might be kind of overpowered, but if there's a meter making it so that if you fire too many bullets, you're out, and that's all you got, and you can't use some of your other abilities because of it, that would make the bow a whole lot more balanced. But besides that, let's get on to the next clip.
What was that, buddy?
So as you can see there, it's looking like Allcard's going to have some sort of charge move. Now, there sure is a lot of killers with charge, but I think this one's going to be different because it's probably going to work off of his blood meter, as I mentioned before. I really do think this killer will have a blood meter, especially for something I'll point out later with his scythe, but overall, that would definitely make the charge a lot more balanced, because, you know, a lot of killers have a charge, and I want this one to be unique, a little bit different. This character has a lot of potential, especially because it's from the devs, so they could really take this in any direction they want. But I guess we'll just have to see what they do with it. Regardless, on to the next clip.
Why is my name suddenly misspelled? Because this is the name Ray came up with me. I changed my name.
So after watching that video, you'll see that his scythe swing speed is absolutely insane. But I think his scythe won't do that much damage. It doesn't look like a super powerful move, and I think that its main thing, as a scythe, will be harvesting blood for his other abilities, which I think will more than compensate for the fact that his scythe isn't doing a lot of damage. That's why it probably swings so fast, is because it's used more like a harvesting tool, rather than a tool used to down other survivors. So, overall, I think he's going to be a really cool character. He is, once again, an original character from the devs, so they can do pretty much whatever they want with him. And so far, he's kind of got that blood magic basis that they've been talking about before, so it looks like he's going to have a new kind of magic that we really haven't seen in a character before this. He's going to be really cool to work around. He's going to be a very different killer from the other killers, in my personal opinion, and that's what I think they're going to do with him. But besides that, I hope you all liked the video, and let me know what you think of Allcard down in the comments section. I'll see you guys in the next one.